welcome in. My name's Karen and this is Lost Souls Tarot. It's Friday night and I've not had a particularly good day. So in terms of emotional well-being, so I thought I would do another little reading just to distract myself. As I've said before, 2025 was I'm not going to put these on just yet. Wasn't a good year for me, so I'm just here trying to give back because tarot kept me sane, or watching tarot kept me sane, and I developed a little habit of buying lots of oracle cards and tarot cards, so I may as well use them. All right, I'm going to start with so that's, sorry, I held up the box but I didn't say it out loud. That is the Lunar Oracle deck. So I'm just going to take one to just give us a little bit of a steer on where we want to go, a little bit of a vibe for the reading. I think those are the right way up. Yes, they are. Where that one that's poking out. Right, spectacles on. There we go. New moon. Well, that's nice. Every journey begins with a first small step. Okay. Every journey begins with a first small step. I'm wanting to start some. Ow! Just punched myself. Sometimes I'm a massive procrastinator. I really am. Not normally. Usually with just with certain things. Like there's some things you love doing. Like you'll tidy your desk 1,000 times over before you actually start a task. But yeah. So maybe we've got something that we want to start. I'm getting a non-love vibe for this one, given that. But let's see where it takes us. It might even. Oh, sorry. This is a Green Witch's Oracle deck. Right. Okay. Even dipping your toe back into the dating pool could be difficult choice for some of us, given what's going on out in the world. Right. So we've got Moss, a gate, positivity, and change. So we've got some change coming in, and it's positive. And I get the feeling that this might be something you're feeling quite positive about, but maybe just hesitant about taking that first step. Whatever it is for you, maybe it's writing a book, starting a creative project, delving into some classes because you're thinking about changing career. We've got cup of tea, patience, and reassessment. Lovely. So, yeah. Okay, this is a nice vibe to start with. I'm just going to take two because three won't fit, so. All right, and now we're going to, I just picked out a whole bunch of cards. Right, I'm going to do the silver and gold sparkly deck, which is a homemade deck. I'm not going to hold up the box because it just literally says the silver and gold sparkly deck on it. And it's in my own handwriting, so you can't buy it. But this, if you've not been here before, this is a deck which is a Harry Potter theme to it. There's little Harry Potter spectacles drawn on everyone. And there are potions and spells from the Harry Potter books and the films on these, which give you, if you feel like you're maybe things are working against you, or it's not actually, let's not go with that kind of vibe. It's just basically things you might want to look out for, protect yourself against, is really what I mean. Oh, hang on, that was two. Might have had a cadaver there. Oh, exploding potion. That feels quite apt, given all the cards exploded out. Right, I'm just going to take exploding potion and then pop the nest back in. I'm going to take 3 of these. So I've got an exploding potion. Okay, so something's about to blow up. Getting a bit of a tower feel from that card. Libera Corpus. Okay, so Levy Corpus is when you go up into the air. Libera Corpus is when you come back down to earth. So maybe previously when I pulled this card, it's given me a cutting someone down to size, or somebody trying to cut you down to size, or somebody trying to create a tower and trip you up. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I'm trying to keep a positive vibe to this one. Let's not get too sinister. Okay, Episci. Brachium, Amendo. Oh. Okay. So there's going to be a tower. Something's going to happen. You're going to fall down, not possibly literally, but somebody's going to try and cut you down. But we've got a pisci or Brachia which is the healing. Well, I think that's actually the one that, if you're not a Harry Potter fan, feel free to fast forward. I think that's the spell that Lockhart uses in Harry's arm and it turns to jelly, so it may or may not be the correct. I think the definition I got online was it may or may not heal bones, but we're not sure because Lockhart was a bit rubbish. So whatever it is, you're going to heal yourself. So if you do fall, maybe there's a little bit of hesitation about starting this small journey because you're worried about what will happen, you're worried about that tower. But I think as we get older, we realise that the people who make it, the people who, I don't know, I'm trying to think of, I don't know, all the kind of really rich, famous people are, don't have great vibes. Let's go for Elon Musk. You know, people like that. How many times they fell over, they failed, but they got back up again and kept going, or had ventures that didn't work, but then moved into something that did. So it's more about. It's actually not about the end goal. It's about the journey and actually doing something exciting and positive, for your own personal growth and your own self satisfaction. Self satisfaction, is that the right phrase? Right, I'm going to use the X marks the spot deck. I'm going to take a few from that to give us a little bit more. Maybe just a couple, maybe one. Let's have a look. So I think maybe this is not somebody else cutting you down to size. I think this is just maybe your own insecurities. But well, what if I fail? Yes, I started a YouTube channel. I have a total of 6 subscribers, but you know what? It's more subscribers than I had 2 weeks ago. And thank you for anybody who's given me a like. It makes my day. It's like, oh, I had a video that got 1 like. That's amazing. There's people out there that get millions of likes, but I'll take 1 like. If you watched the end of my video, well done. So I've got Yes coming out. So I think we're on the right track here. I think this is about our own internal narratives, those head tapes we play. Those ones that somebody else, or actually I was going to say somebody else programmed in there in childhood, but that's not necessarily true. They were maybe head tapes that helped us cope with situations at the time. But that way of thinking doesn't necessarily work for us now. It's not time for the divine to reveal the answers. Okay, so we've got yes, we're on the right track. The divine doesn't want to tell us anymore. So, should we just stop the reading now? No, let's keep going. Right. Maybe not about that. Maybe not about that internal narrative. That would be different for everybody listening to this anyway, because we've all had our own experiences. But let's see, one more, and then we'll maybe take a few from the High Priestess deck. And we'll get into what's the tea? Spiritual warfare. Okay. Maybe this is somebody. It doesn't feel like somebody else's energy. It doesn't feel like you're under attack. It feels like an internal dialogue. But maybe this is something you're worried about as well. So it's not only just how you might fail, but what other people will say. Because, like spell work and all that sort of stuff. It can just be the words people use. Oh, you don't want to do that. Why are you doing that? Oh, you just fail. Or even just in a look, Oh, got police coming out. Oh, that's interesting. First one out the bat from the High Priestess deck. This is another homemade deck, the High Priestess deck. Okay, I'll take a few more. Okay. I've just got another kind of bit of a download there. I've got Autumn as well. I like the little drawing I did on that. I love the little leaves and all the colours. Sorry, I'm just getting excited. I like making my own cards because I get to be creative and all of that. Yeah. I got another download. Sorry, I'm so all over the place. My brain. I'm tired and sleepy. And it's gone now. I had it. This explosion process is cutting you down to size and you're falling over. You might be sitting on some information. For some, and you know, I realize that I don't have a massive wad of viewers here, you might be sitting some information that you want to go to the police about, but you're worried about the impact of, well, spiritual warfare or the ramifications, but also just about what will happen because it's going to be a tower. Doing it, you know, doing something like that is something you can't go back on, you know, whatever it is. So it could be two, it could be both of those scenarios. Okay, we've got the Year of the Dragon coming out. I'm a dragon. I'm a 1976 fire dragon. So you know, don't never take what's the never take a sleeping dragon. So that's 64, 76, 88, 2000, 2012, and 2024, which was the year before last. So this is maybe something that happened in autumn 2024, quite possibly. Or something did happen with the police in autumn 2024. You know, actually, do you know, I'm not, well, yeah, no, I'll do another line then. I've got male relative coming out. Okay. I like this. It doesn't seem to be going down a romance route. They've all been really samey recently. So M and U and R, I just saw, well, that's not good. Fresh rum. Okay. That one's poking out. We want that one. S. Letter S. So male relative with initial S, maybe? Or your initials S? I get a feeling it's male relative though. Okay, this one. And a male. Okay, well, we're just confirming the male again. But it's maybe a male and a male relative. Okay, and the letter S. I'm getting snake for some reason. I'm not getting super bad vibes. I've got June. Again, possibly June 2024. Or just this June or last June. Letter E and S, S-E. X comes out. I'm going to be like, I usually take when the letter X comes out as it's referring to an X, so. That's too many. You've got Public Eye wanting to come out. Public Eye comes out all the time in this deck. All the time. This one, no, it's too many. It's more than one. This one, please. Do you know, I think these readings would be half the length. Like, there we go. All right, there's two now. Right. So we've got North, which fell in the reverse. So that could be someone who's south of you. Or who's not in their north node. And then we've got in the distant path. So possibly 2024 or another Year of the Dragon. Or, yeah. Take that one how it resonates. I mean, the dragon could be somebody who was just born in the Year of the Dragon, but... Oh, no. That one, that one, that one. I've got an air sign. Which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And I did write down the meanings of the signs the other day, just quickly. And that's the houses. Intellectual, communicative, and grounded. For some reason I haven't quite managed to memorise them, but there we go. Right, I'll stop mumbling and let's get on. Let's do some What's the Tea, Oracle deck, and then oats. Yes, well, they've exploded out the box. Exploding potion is everywhere. Maybe it's just an exploding... It's a message for me. It's an exploding potion on my cards. And I'll read that one in a minute. And it's okay if I fall over in my reading because I'll just get back up again. It's a fact of life. That one. And I'll take a third one and then I'll tell you what they say. Okay. Oopsie. think that was dodging bullets. I didn't really register it, but I think it said dodging bullets. If it didn't, that's what my brain thought it said. That one and that one. Right, let's see what these say, and then we'll maybe get one more. So I've got legal issues. Yep. Something to do with this police. I think you're sitting on something really explosive. Or someone's sitting on somebody's sitting on something really explosive. Possibly about a male relative, which is positively why you're very, very hesitant. Because, like, you know, if you dob in, gosh, I don't think I've said the word dob in about 30 years. If you dob in a relative, then there's ramifications throughout your family. So we've got legal issues, court judges, immigration lawyers, etc. Okay, so definitely there's something legal here. I think this was the next one that came out. Bad reputation. Worried. I think you might be worried about your reputation if you're sitting on some knowledge. We've got always partying. Partying. And then we've got creeping. So this might be someone with slightly dodgy behaviour, but let's see where it goes. On scarcity tactics. So if this is a family member, you possibly, if they know that you know something, they might be just avoiding you. Oh no, that's too many. Plus it wasn't the right card. Same shit, different day. Okay. That doesn't actually fit. I don't know, I pulled another card. It doesn't actually fit. Let's move them over a little bit. There we go. It's all about an excess of cards with my readings so that they can just say the same thing over and over again, which I tend to find. So I probably will shorten my readings at some point. But I kind of just got into a vibe with them. So, right, let's go with the Lord of the Rings tarot deck because I'm still not, the novelty's not worn off yet. I think it came from the States. So it came from somewhere. It took 8 weeks and weeks to arrive. So, right, Lord of the Rings tarot deck out of the box. Right, let's go. Let's move that over there now, and let's move it around. Some space. Oh, that's the right way around. That was because Gollum was upside down. There's a sentence I never thought I would say. It's because Gollum was upside down. Actually, do we want to do some Kipper cards first? Let's do some Kipper cards first. One for each. Kipper cards there. Took me ages to find out what these cards were. I saw so many readers with them, like, what are they called? Main female. Yeah, okay. So I think you may be a main female, or it's the main female. Let's because it's basically, I'm just going to assign it to one or two things, which means it could be anything. Right, I've got lovers, bad reputation. Okay, took an interesting turn. Let's see about always partying. Is someone trying to give you a bad reputation by saying you've got lovers? Privileged lady and always partying. Is this what someone's saying about you? Is this just why you're worried about your reputation? You're saying you've got lots of lovers and you're a privileged lady and you're always partying. Tell me about this creeping card. I'm so bossy with Spirit. Like, just tell me about this creeping card. Oh, please, thank you. My Spirit team are fairly relaxed. Right, I've got occupation. So someone is... Are they trying to... Okay, this could go one of two ways. So I'm just not going to say anything until I pull the other cards because I've gotten two strong vibes here. Sorry, energies. I call them vibes for some reason. Scarcity tactics has got poverty coming out, which is just like, yeah, Five of Pentacles energy. And I've got a message on same shit, different day. I think you're worried, or whoever in the collective is worried that if they go to the police, their job could be disrupted. And maybe somebody's, I mean, maybe in your youth, you know, if you didn't have a great childhood, you did have a bit of a bad reputation. And this person, if they're in their family, knows that, and they would possibly use it against you to discredit you. Or this person just will come out with outright lies saying that, you know, you've got lots of lovers and you're always partying and you're a bit of a mess, and that privileged lady cards give me a strange vibe, like where'd you get your money from? I've got lovers and occupation here. That might be someone really trying to, you know, say some not nice things about where you get your money from. Let's just leave it at that. Would S and E come out as well? If there's an X there, I think that might let you know the vibe I'm getting here. Okay, let's see what the cards say. And then we had a message on same shit, different day. So you may be expecting a letter, or you've written a letter, maybe you've written a statement. Okay, this is quite interesting. This is better than the other readings I've had. We're getting a bit samey. It was like, it's just the same cards. Each reading, it's the same story. It was clearly meant to get out there for somebody, but let's take another one and then we'll go. That was the Empress trying to come out there, but it was too many cards. I want that one. Right, I've got two. Let's see what they are. Two of Rings and the Sun. So the Two of Rings is the same as the Two of Pentacles. And then we've got the legal issues and the scales there. So the Two of Pentacles is traditionally like trying to find balance, juggling, maybe weighing up your options. In this case, I'm getting a real weighing up your options. You're weighing up the pros and cons of this information you're sitting on, because it is explosive, and there are potentially consequences here if you do. Like you know, you never know what somebody else is going to do, or other people in your family. If it is a male relative as opposed to this male, unless it's this male relative that knows something about this other male. I don't know, take that one how it resonates, because there's two males on the table here. And then we've got the Sun, which I'm not getting happiness from this, I'm getting exposure. So this is something's being exposed. Or you're worried about something being exposed. Or you're just wondering, yeah. I mean, take that one how it resonates. Whether you did do things in your past, or you didn't, and this person is just spreading rumors, and you're worried about what they're going to say. I think you're just worried about how things could look. That's the feeling. Oh no, that's true. But that was Death and the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Rings. So we've got privileged, tell me about privileged lady and always partying. No, that's too many. That's too many as well. I'm going to embarrass myself now. Like one thing, I don't know what it is, like really weak thumbs, and these are quite new cards. I can do it with the other cards. Oh, there we go. Just about. I was never even good at this with like normal playing cards either. Oh, hang on. No, they're just jamming against each other. Right, there we go. Kinda. They're just not going. Like, they're just not going. Right, I'm mortified now. And my hands hurt. And I lifted heavy weights at the gym earlier, so my thumbs are sore anyway. That's not an excuse. I've already done a workout today. These cards are really stiff, to be fair. Right, come on, give me another card. The audience, if anybody's got this far, are really bored. Right, that's too many. Oh. Gosh, the cards are exploding all over the place today. Come on, give me a card. Right. 5 of Swords. Okay, we'll take a few more and then we'll... That's a card from the wrong deck in here. That's a card from that. That's a card from that deck. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. Sadness and regret. 5 and 5. 5 of Cups. 5 of Swords. What's the 5th house? I've got my house cheat sheets here. Pleasure, creativity, entertainment, and playful nature of the child within. Personal expression. The 5th house. It says privileged lady. 5 of Swords. So I'm getting another card. Right, there we go. Here's one. Right, so we've got the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. That's a lot of cool stuffs. Sorry, I'm nerding out right now. Because Gandalf's one's here. Right. And then Gandalf's old one's here. 5 of Swords is typically about kind of bullying relationships or emotional abuse, or, you know, kind of not a pleasant, toxic relationships. Let's just word it as that. Okay, so is that what? So this has been exposed. Is this? So I think you're maybe worried about what this person's going to say and whether they're going to say that you're toxic, that you're abusive, you know, and you have lots of lovers and you're always partying, and that's the kind of vibe that we get. And there's something about your job, and then the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands is about carrying burdens, but they're usually burdens that we can put down. Not always. I mean, there's nobody carrying a burden here. It's just 10 Wands. They're not even like a fence or a wall. They're just an unusual orientation. Okay. Got the 6 of Swords, which is moving on to calmer waters. Okay. Sorry, I'm not holding up the cards. I mean, you can't really see much. It's just like a bunch of daggers on a card to begin. So that's under scarcity tactics and poverty. Is this person trying to get you to lose your job? Are you worried about losing your job if you come out with this explosive information? There's something... Because, yeah, you would be in poverty. Well, not necessarily. You can all get another job, but... High Priestess. That's Galadriel. So I think this High Priestess, which is somebody who's very wise, they listen to their intuition. I get the feeling this is a lot of the to and froing that's going on in your head. Like, even with this first card that came out, every journey begins with a small step. It immediately gave me the thought of, like, you're thinking about it, you know, and whatever it is, you know, it's quite big, and there are legal ramifications to it. But this is all about the worry inside your head about what could happen as a consequence if you do that. Which is, somebody gives you a bad reputation. For example, says you've got lovers, you're always partying. That you might lose your job. Or somebody's watching your job. Somebody's watching how you make your money. You might end up in poverty. I'm not sure about the scarcity tactics. And this message is interesting. Same shit, different day. This is almost like a mind loop. Like you're worrying about these things, so be aware of that. Like if you're going over it, if you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, try and take a break from it. Because it might just be that you're going round and round and round, and maybe you've written a message many times or written a statement many times and then changed your mind and went, but what if? But we've got the High Priestess here, which tells me that you know in your gut what you need to do and what you want to do and what the right thing is to do. And that's not necessarily to that's your choice, whatever that is. But okay, so we've got the Nine of Swords now. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of self-explanatory. I mean, if you don't know what the card means, it's anxiety, stress, worry, fear, on top of the Two of Pentacles, and this being female, and this legal issues. I mean, this legal issues might already be. I mean, this could already be happening. This kind of sitting on this information could have happened in the past. I get the feeling in this instance it could be past, present, or future, or certainly the Year of the Dragon or a dragon is important as well. Right, so tell me about the Sun exposing this bad reputation, the Hermit. So I've got the Hermit on top of the Sun. So that's Virgo energy. The Sun could be Leo energy. So the Hermit's about going within, which is kind of High Priestess as well, as like listen to your intuition. I think whatever's going on here, whatever this information you're sitting on, the energy isn't here. It's just your energy. And this is just all the worries that are going on. Worries. Yeah, all the Nine of Swords that's going on in your head at the moment. If the Eight of Swords comes out, I wouldn't be surprised, because you may be been stuck in your head about this. But you've done some deep soul searching on this. And because this is on the Sun, I think you might be going to expose this, whatever it is. But let's see. Or maybe somebody you know is going to expose this. I mean, it could be a number of you if it's a family member. I don't know. I can't tell if it's the male relative or just the nameless male. Where the letters S and E come out, just to remind you. All right. Nope. Come on. My hands are tired. I'm struggling with shuffling. There we go. Four of Wands. Going on top of the 5. The Four of Wands is about stability. And for the nerds in here, you've got Gandalf's staff, Gandalf the white staff, Gandalf the grey staff, and Saruman's staff, and Sauron's staff. Or maybe Radagast. Sorry. It's the same one sitting in that one. So the Four of Wands can be about stability, family, home life, just having a really stable root chakra, essentially. Hang on, let's just take another card. I get the feeling that this soul searching, this going within, you just found like a sense of stability after whatever your decision was, whatever you decided to do. Justice coming out. Libra energy. Yeah. I think you decided, whatever you think the right thing is, I think you decided to do it. Libra energy. Oops, that one then. That one wanted to come out before. It's the Nine of Pentacles or the Knight of Rings. Let's look at that's one of the shields of Rohan. I'm not sure who's on the horse because they're not wrong. Or maybe Aragorn on the one. Oh, I can't remember Aragorn's horse's name. Eris. I have an E in it. Start with an E. Oh, can't remember now. Knight of Pentacles. So hang on. I'm just pulling the cards and not explaining them. So the Knight of Pentacles can have multiple meanings. Most common is, he's the slowest moving knight in the deck. So you've got the Knight of Swords who's really fast. You've got the Knight of Wands who's fast and fiery, and then you've got the Knight of Cups who's bringing a cup of love. The Knight of Rings, yeah, the Knight of Rings is bringing an offer, a tangible kind of something. Who's a seed to plant, and he plants seeds on his way, and he leaves abundance in his wake because he plants and invests as he goes. It can also be about planning and strategy as well. Which is on top of this. Six of Swords, which was about moving on to calmer waters. It's funny, this knight is going in this direction, like away from this kind of thought loop. But he's looking back over his shoulder as well, like at what he's leaving behind him. So it's like sitting in that boat. If you're not familiar with the cards, the traditional Six of Swords is somebody sitting in a boat, and then the different depictions could be one or a mother and a child, or a family in the boat, or one person in the boat. And they're not normally looking over their shoulder, but this one is. There was a point to me telling you what was on the card. I can't remember what it was now. This person is very much looking behind, like at what they're leaving behind, what they're going to have to give up for justice. I don't know what this explosive information is. Got the Seven of Wands on top of the High Priestess, defending yourself. Absolutely defending yourself. And I think you've got a plan and a strategy to defend yourself. And I get the feeling that, that was why I said it. I get the feeling that wherever you're going and wherever you're moving on to calmer waters, you're doing it slowly and strategically. I think I had that come out before in a reading. I can't remember now. Might have been a reading I did for myself. These are just craft cards. Just got oldie style cards. Oh. Right, let's go. So tell me about this anxiety and stress, about these legal issues or potential legal issues. I'm not sure if this has happened yet or not. If it resonates, you'll know. Knight of Cups. I was just talking about the Knight of Cups. Okay, this is the first even remote hint of anything romantic, but to be fair, it might not be about loving that cup. It might be support in that cup. I'm not sure who this Knight of Cups is. It might just be emotional support. I've never had that energy from that card before, but I'm getting a real energy of emotional support. So Knight of Cups could be a water sign, so that could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Got the Five of Wands again. Oh, I didn't have it before. Sorry, it was the Five of Swords I had before. Yeah. Got the Five of Wands, and this one, they're all just doing the traditional chaotic fighting. So this is kind of like everybody just battling and fighting, and yeah, I get the feeling like sparring words. Got a real sparring of words from that one. Hot, fiery words, because Wands is fire. King of Wands. As if by magic. Look at him making a guest appearance there as I'm saying Wands is fire. He is staring at this fight. He's looking at these people fighting. He's just sitting in his throne watching these people fighting. And the Knight of Cups is on the other side. Look at that. The Knight of Cups and the King of Wands are watching this fight go down, whatever it is. And it might be a legal battle. It might be somebody trying to destroy your reputation, and these people are not having it and they're corralling it. I'm getting the feeling that they're almost gatekeeping it. Whatever's going on here, it's almost like they're like, yeah, we're going to contain this fight. I'm going to sit on this side. Knight of Cups going to sit on this side. King of Wands with these fiery wands going to sit on this side, and they're going to contain whatever this fight is. And that could be almost like a courtroom, you know. Sorry, I've realised the cards have gone funny. And I don't even know how well you can see those. But it could be like, you know, spanning words in a courtroom. Or within a family. Or with, you know. But I just feel like it's completely contained. And it's not going to harm you. In the way that whoever wants to... If somebody is trying to destroy your reputation because you know information, that it's not going to harm you in the way that I think you've been possibly worrying about. Okay, so tell me about this justice. Who's getting justice? Can you tell me who's getting justice? Tell me about justice. 10 of Wands again. What a burden. We've got the 10 of Wands, justice, and the 10 of Wands. As I said, I keep getting the same card. You can't make this. Honestly, I should probably make the reading smaller because I think it's crazy. That's burdens upon burdens to reach this justice. In this one, this has the traditional one though, where he's carrying these burdens, but he's going to. The house is in sight. It's not. That's the wrong side of the card. I'm not used to this. The where he's going to put them down is in sight. So this is about putting burdens down. Do you know? Because you've got the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Wands and justice, I think the immense relief and mental pressure that you will feel, or someone in the collective will feel, when they put these burdens down will be huge. That'll be putting 20 wands down, 20 wands of fire down. And we already had the 7 and there's a lot of wands out in this reading. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of in this case it's heated words. It's the feeling I get from these ones. It's a lot of heated words. Oh my goodness. 10 of Swords, ultimate betrayal. That person's not getting up. This person... Okay, let's just see what the next one is. I don't think this is your betrayal. Or unless what you find out and this explosive information you're sitting on feels like a betrayal. I'm not sure this is yours. But let's see. Knight of Wands. So I've got the Knight of Wands. I keep getting this, like, just at either side of my reading, like, I've got 2 knights containing this energy. This is giving me, like, really anxious energy. There's a lot going on here. You've got the 5 of Wands, which is chaos and fighting. We've got the 10 of Wands, which is burden. It feels really heavy. And then we've got the 10 of Swords, which is like, you know, that's not even just 3 of Swords heartbreak. That is, you're not getting up. Whoever this is, they're not getting up from this. But I don't know what this Knight of Wands is doing here. Oh, it's the deck upside down. Oh yeah, I thought I flipped it upside down. The Wounded Warrior on the bottom. 9 of Wands. It's just wand upon wand upon wand upon wand. Let's just see, right? Tell me about. Go on, give me a pleasant outro, please. Oh gosh almighty. Ace of Swords and Page of Swords wanting to come out. I'm not going to take them though. Ace of Swords might be seeing some clarity and truth. That was the 7 of Swords trying to come out, which is lies and deceit. Tell me about this Knight of Cups. And this chaos. No, it's too many again. The Sun and the 3 of Hearts. Not 3 of Hearts. 3 of Swords. I'm getting sleepy, guys. Oh, it's the 7 of Swords trying to come out again, honestly. Right there, that one. Oh, 2 of Pentacles again. This keeps happening in my readings. I've got the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. Got the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. It makes me feel really good somehow. It's just like, yes. So again, this was about weighing something up, the pros and cons. And I got the feeling that this Knight of Cups is not your energy. This is support from other people, and maybe they're helping you weigh up the pros and cons. Or they helped you play up the pros and cons? Or they helped you find balance? Maybe emotional balance from this? Oh no, it's too many. That's the Six of Swords trying to come out again. Oh, for goodness sake, Karen. I need a shuffling machine. This isn't working for me. Page of Swords straight back out again. Okay. So again, he's looking back over his shoulder at this Two of Pentacles. Looks like he's about to slice this Two of Pentacles down. So this is on top of the Five of Wands, which is that kind of chaotic, sparring words energy. And this Page of Swords looks like he's just coming in to cut through right into the truth. Like, almost like with a fresh energy because he's a page. Yeah, it's just because he's just going to cut right through that, and it's that one. Three of Pentacles on top of the Knight of Wands. Interesting. So going from the 2 to the 3. Okay. Sorry, the King of Wands is on top of. So get the feeling that this Knight of Wands and this King of Wands, Knight of Cups and the King of Wands are working together with this Page of Swords. It's almost like a trio. 3 people working together to contain whatever this Five of Wands is, which I get the feeling it's like heated words. Whether that's in the courtroom or out with the courtroom. They're just completely corralling it. Excuse me, I'm yawning. I do apologise. Right, tell me about this 10 of Wands, Justice, and 20 Wands of burden. 20 Wands of burden followed by 10 swords in someone's back. I don't feel like it's your back, but we'll see how the reading goes. Maybe there was a betrayal. Six of Cups. Nostalgia. Can be family reunion. Fond memories of the past. Sweet memories of the past. Someone from your past. Are these 20 Wands a burden you've carried for a long time? Is this something you've known about somebody since childhood? And you carried the burden a really long time. And the Justice is putting this burden down. But putting that burden is the ultimate betrayal for someone else. Yeah, that's what's happening. It's also Justice though, so. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm so rude. Wheel of Fortune on top of the Ten of Swords. Jesus. I'm so Scottish. Jesus. Jesus. Ten of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. That is someone's karma. And it's deserved karma. It's not your karma. It's the karma they get for you carrying those 20 wands of burden since your childhood. And whatever this explosive information you have, you know, I mean, the mind can go quite wild. It's this person's karma, and it's this person's justice. And you can put those 20 wands down and feel like 20 wands later, and there we've got them coming out again. I can't make this up. It's the same cards. There is like 80 cards in this deck. And I've got the Nine of Swords again. It's the Nine of Swords. Anxiety, stress, and worry. Right? Oh, I've swapped them round. It was that one that came out there. And there. Top of The Knight of Wands. I'm gonna have to find out who this Knight of Wands is. Maybe the Love Oracle cards aren't the right ones to use for this. Actually, let's use some cards from the white deck. Okay. Can you tell me about this Knight of Wands, please? Goodness gracious. I shouldn't be shuffling. My hands are just not working anymore. My hand-eye coordination's just gone to pot now. Oh gosh, I've got Year of the Snake wanting to come out there, which followed the Year of the Dragon. Tell me about this Knight of Wands. Is there anything you can tell me about them? That one. Gossiping. The Knight of Wands, right. So this Knight of Wands is the one you're worried about, which is, it's not always player energy, because it can be player energy in the reverse as well, but this person's fast, they're flighty, they're hot-headed, they're pretty fast moving. This is the person you're worried about gossiping, spreading, ruining your reputation, which is why they've got the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords underneath them. It's kind of strange because I think you were in the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Swords is now transferred to them. That's too many. But I had red flags wanting to come out, and I had apartment. Okay, they might have lived in a flat rather than a house. Divine intervention. Or divine timing. Or you were divinely protected from this gossip. And they've got confusion. And this person's confused as to why, or will be confused, because I don't know if this is past, present, or future. I can't get a read on this one today. This person's confused as to why whatever they're gossiping to try and ruin your reputation, you know, kind of possibly sabotage your job and put you in poverty, why it's not working. And it's because you're obviously a decent person and you're protected. Okay, so this Knight of Wands is this either male relative or this male. Okay, there's not really much else I want to do. Since I've got the letter S and E which come out, which could be somebody's initials, I'll take a few more letters and then we'll just call it a day there because I'm quite tired and this is probably going on for 3 days. We've got another S coming out. I don't know what that was, but I'll pick it up in a sec. Let's go I, D, Sydney, side. Have people taking sides? Because I've got the E there. Is this like a family war? I don't want to say war, that's probably a bit dramatic, but you know, like people taking sides in the family. I've also got letter T, set, sit, tide. Tide's changing, that's for sure. That one as well. E, sent. Almost getting sentence. E-N. We're not that many letters. Oh, it's a C on the end, not an S, isn't it? Okay, badly spelled sentence. I'm not far away from it. Another T. Tide and sentence sent. Tide and sent. Oh gosh, almighty. Not as in sent, as in to send a message, which we had there. Tides and sent. Got blank. Bride. Tirade. I don't have an A. Or I don't have an A. You could get tirade if there was an A. J. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I'll take 2 more. Oops, don't know what that's. What's another blank? And that one, I know. Okay. A, D, E. So if you use the 2 blanks, you can make tirade and sent and OJ, as in either OJ Simpson or orange juice. And then we had the S and E come out as well at the beginning. So we've got tirade, sent, and OJ, or Joe, or Joe. Joe. Sent and Joe. There we go. We've got Joe. Tirade, sent, and Joe, and we've got a remaining S. So it might be tirades. There we go. I've used all the letters. Job done. Tirades, sent, and Joe. Right, okay, I'm going to leave that there. Thanks for listening. I have no idea what I've done with my mouse. Oh, it's right there. It was like right in front of me because I can't see it for looking at it. Thank you for listening, and I apologise for all the yawns, and I hope you have a lovely, 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 lovely weekend. And if you got it this far, which I'd be amazed if you have, then I'm going to ring my little bell for you. Okay, take care and have a good one.